Hello everybody, Eric again. Like and subscribe. Here we go. Let's read about Poodle Hat. Poodle Hat is the 11th studio album by the American parody musician Willard Al Yankovic, released on May 20th, 2003. It was the 5th studio album, self-produced by Yankovic. Its musical styles are built around parodies and pastiches of pop of the early 2000s. The album's lead single, Couch Potato, a parody of Lose Yourself by Eminem, failed to chart. 4 years later, the album's song, eBay, a parody of I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys, reached 15 on the Bubbling Under Hot 100 singles. The album includes 5 parodies, Couch Potato, eBay, and spoofs of Hot in Hair by Nelly, Complicated by Avril Lavigne, and Piano Man by Billy Joel. The album includes 6 original songs, several of which parody not a song, but the styles of Ben Folds, Beck, and Frank Zappa. A polka medley of popular songs also appears on the album. A music video for the song, Couch Potato, was planned but was cancelled after Eminem objected. Poodle Hat was released as an enhanced CD, meaning that when the disc is placed in the computer, bonus content, including alternate song mixes, short videos, and photo galleries, is viewable. The album met with mixed reviews from critics. Some felt that the album represented an artistic misstep for Yankovic, whereas others enjoyed its scurrying of early 2000s popular culture. The album peaked at number 17 on the Billboard 200. It was the first of Yankovic's albums to make the Billboard Comedy Albums chart, where it peaked at number 12. Originals on March 25th, 2003. On March 25th, 2002, recording for Poodle Hat officially began. By mid-2002, 6 originals, Hardware Store, Party at the Leaper Colony, Wanna Be, Lover, Why Does This Always Happen to Me, Bob, and Genius in France has been recorded. The album's first original song is Hardware Store, a list song that, as the title suggests, is about a new neighborhood hardware store and describes the items that can be purchased there. With excruciating detail, the song was originally intended to be a pastiche or style parody of another unspecified artist, but during recording sessions, it evolved into an original composition. In a GQ interview, Yankovic opted not to reveal the identity of the original parodied musical artist, explaining that if he did, the factoid would end up as a Wikipedia entry. Party at the Leper Colony is a dance song set in the leper colony. The song makes heavy use of wordplay, lamponing common English idioms by taking them literally, often to a grotesque degree, as the characters with leprosy use body parts throughout the song, e.g. dance all night to a Watson band, come on, people, let's give 'em a hand. Wanna Be, Lover, a pastiche of Midnight Vulture's era back, consists of pick-up lines, which became steadily more ridiculous and suggestive, because the spelling of the song's title recalls the manner in which Prince titled many of his records. Yankovic specified on his website that the song is actually intended to sound like me trying to sound like Beck, trying to sound like Prince. Emphasized in original, Why Does This Always Happen to Me? Emulates the style of Ben Folds. According to music critic Nathan Rabin, the song amplifies the noxious self-absorption of the American character to hilarious extremes by describing a narrator who, upon hearing about a number of horrible tragedies, only complains about the minor inconveniences that affect them. Folds himself plays piano on the track. Yankovic later told the AV Club, Ben and I are old friends at this point, and of course, I sought his keyboard work for that song, so he came in and knocked it out. I think that's an F sharp, so he was kind of mad at me for that. Bob is a style parody of Bob Dylan, composed entirely of palindromes. For instance, the song's first line is "I'm man, I'm Wagao, a German I am," which reads the same when reversed. Rabin argues that the song's lyrics sound cryptic enough to be genuine Dylan scoop, but are in fact palindromes delivered in an uncanny recreation of Dylan's nasal whine. The album's closer, Genius in France, emulates the idiosyncratic style of Frank Zappa. Zappa's son, Drezel, performed the song's intro guitar solo. Lyrically, the song describes a person who, although rejected elsewhere, finds acceptance in France. Parodies and Polka. On March 21st, 2003, Lankovic began working on the album's parody songs, as well as the record's Polka medley. The album opens with the parody Couch Potato, a play on Eminem's Lose Yourself, the critically acclaimed single from the film 8th Mile, 2002. In Lankovic's version, the singer describes his obsession with watching television. The song references many TV shows, as well as cable and network channels. Prior to recording Couch Potato, Lankovic researched television so that his resulting parody would be accurate. He noted, "If I'm writing a song about TV, I will spend a lot of time watching TV. I will study TV Guide. I will look at articles about television, and I will try to make sure I'm giving every show its fair due. SIC. I can also spend all day watching TV and convince myself that I'm working because I'm doing research." The album's second parody, Trash Day, is a parody of Hot in Hair by Nally. In this song, the narrator discusses the filthiness of his house and bemoans the Tiddler Day, wherein people place their garbage outside of their living quarters to be picked up by a waste collector and brought to a landfill. A Complicated Song is a spoof of Complicated by Eva Lavigne. The song is composed of 3 vignettes. In the first, the singer laments that he is constipated. In the second, he discovers that he and his girlfriend are related. And in the third, he expresses regret that he was recently decapitated. Ode to a Superhero is a play on Billy Joel's song, Piano Man, and recounts the plot of the 2002 Spider-Man film. The album's final parody and recounts the plot of the 2002 Spider-Man film. The album's final parody is eBay, based on I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys. In this song, the narrator describes a variety of obscure items that he purchased on the online auction site eBay. Lankovic later noted, "I was going to shoot a video for eBay, but right at the same time, eBay started doing all of these commercials with song parodies. I didn't want my parody to come off as a commercial for eBay. In retrospect, I probably should have done a video because it would have been one of my biggest hits." Indeed, the song is one of Lankovic's most popular and ranks as one of his most downloaded tracks on digital music outlets. Angry White Boy Polka, a medley of popular hit songs set to a polka beat, was recorded at the same time as the album's parodies. Lankovic explained the medley is a reflection of what songs I think would sound most ridiculous done as a polka, and for the album, it reflected a genre of music that I thought probably would benefit from getting a polka treatment. Artwork and packaging. The cover of the CD depicts Lankovic with a poodle on his head, standing in a crowded subway car. The poodle in question was Lankovic's own dog, Bella. Before deciding on the final shot of his poodle, Lankovic and his production crew tried a setup that featured Bella urinating on his head, but Lankovic later admitted it was more disgusting than funny. In regards to the people standing behind him in the subway car, Lankovic specified via the Ask AI Q&A on his website, "Well, you see, the guy with the poodle on his head would be me. The very pregnant woman with the sunglasses is my wife, Susan. The guy in the surgical scrubs is my friend, Joe Miller. The woman in the foreground with her legs crossed is my first cousin, once removed, Tammy, who also played Queen Amidala in my video, where the saga begins. Oh, Jeff, The guy that screens my fan mail is the guy wearing the NY Yankees cap. Way in the back, Steve J's son, Ian, is the woolly tall blonde bicycle messenger. Tracy Berner, one of the writers for the Weird Al show, is the waitress with the beehive hairdo. The Boy Scout is Dylan Bustick, the oldest son of one of Suzanne's oldest friends. Bermuda's wife, Leslie, is in there too. Plus there's my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my electrician, a couple from my church, the owner of my favorite ice cream shop, my aunt's boyfriend. I think we got maybe 2 or 3 people from the casting office, but the overwhelming majority were friends and family members that just wanted to come to the shoot. The album was released on an enhanced CD, and when the CD is placed into a computer, bonus content is made available. The content includes several of Lankovic's real home videos and his commentary on them, as well as synchronized lyrics and instrumental or acoustic versions of some songs. A photo gallery is also included. Music video controversy. A music video for Couch Potato. A music video for Couch Potato was to be shot shortly after the album's release, but Eminem denied Lankovic permission to shoot it. Lankovic told the Chicago Sun-Times in 2003, "We were already in pre-production. We believed that it was just a formality, that Eminem just wanted to hear the final mix of the song. And then we got a phone call saying he was not going to give permission for a video. We were devastated. Certainly don't have any bad feelings toward Eminem. He was gracious enough to let us use the song on the album, and we used the Will Slim Shady and the Angry White Boy Polka medley, too. But this is the first album I've ever released without an accompanying video." According to Lankovic, Eminem worried that a parody of his video might detract from his legacy, and that would somehow make people take him less seriously as an important hip-hop artist. Musicologist Lily Hirsch noted that, while race was not mentioned by either party, the powerful visual impression of a Weird Al video could have undermined Eminem's efforts to be seen as a serious rap artist instead of a wigger. Lankovic was rather upset that a video for Couch Potato would not be made, as he felt that it would have been the best video that he had ever done. Lankovic later revealed that the video would have taken on the form of a patchwork quilt montage spoofing the most famous scenes from Eminem's videos. Lankovic mocked the situation on his 2003 LTV special, where he staged a mock interview with the rapper, using footage from a real Eminem interview on MTV News. Eminem said, "I believe in artistic expression." Lankovic countered with, "So you think, for example, if somebody wanted to do, I don't know, a parody of somebody else's video, they should be able to artistically express themselves and just do it." Eminem was shown at a loss for words. Eminem later discussed the mock interview in the book, The Way I Am, wherein he claimed to have taken the jab in good fun. Weird Al also got me. He made a video, did a fake interview with me, spliced it with clips from my old interviews, and put it up on the internet. He's a very funny motherfucker. When something like that happens, you have to sit back and say, "Oh, he got me." It's something you pick up from battles. You learn to be a good sport about a lot of stuff. If you want to dish it out, you've got to be able to take it. So that album would not be without a video. A quick one for Bob was shot, which references the promotional clip of Dylan's song, Subterranean Homestick Blues, which was shot for the 1967 D.A. Pinbacker documentary, Don't Look Back. It was used on the tour, and for the 2003 edition of LTV, the video for Bob was subsequently released on Weird Al Lankovic, The Ultimate Video Collection DVD, 2003. Critical reception. The album received mixed reviews from music critics. Evans Perpick of Entertainment Weekly awarded the album a B. While he felt that Couch Potato was musically up to par with Eminem's original, he noted it's hard to imagine today's tough types choosing to listen to the somewhat tame parody. Sir Pick also felt that the Nelly and Avril Lavigne parodies were full of some effects and clownish voices that would make even the weirdest eyes roll. He ended his review by praising the album's polka medley, saying it exposes the songs for the pretentious rock babble they are. Stephen Thomas Erlewine of AllMusic claimed that the album was evidence that pop culture was ahead of Weird Al. He felt that many of songs belied an inherent misconception of youth culture on part of Lankovic, and that with Poodle Hat, the artist was offering generalizations about a culture he doesn't understand. But while he claimed that the record stumbles over the abusiveness and awfulness of its parodies, Erlewine enjoyed Hardware Store. Why does this always happen to me? Ingenious in France, for being complicated and intricate, a sensitive piano pop tune with a good setup of narcissistic lyrics and nice layered vocal harmonies, and the most ambitious and weirdest thing here, which counts for a lot, respectively. The Wires of the Rolling Stone Album Guide awarded the album 2 stars, donating a record that is fair to poor, and that falls below an artist's established standard. A review of the album by Billboard, however, praised the album, noting that it crackles with amusing parodies, proving that Lankovic is a sharp observer of the world, and that's what makes him such an enduring, compelling figure. Accolades. Poodle Hat won a Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album. This made it his first Grammy Award win since 1988, when his video, for Fact, won for Best Concept Music Video. Part of the reason for his death of awards was because, from 1993 until 2003, the Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album had been changed to Grammy Awards for Best Spoken Word Out Comedy, meaning that Lankovic's musical comedy records were not eligible for a nomination. Commercial performance. Upon its release, Poodle Hat charted domestically at number 17 on the Billboard 200. It also charted at number 12 on Billboard's Top Internet Albums. Poodle Hat has not been certified by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA, making it one of only a handful of Weird Al Lankovic albums to not receive the honor. Nathan Rabin, in Weird Al, the Book, 2012, argues that this is because Couch Potato never had a music video, resulting in the album stumbling commercially. Although no official singles were released from the album, the song eBay nevertheless charted at number 15 on Billboard's Bubbling Under Hot 100 singles chart, which in fact corresponds to 115 on the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart. In late 2013, Lankovic sued his label, Volcano, and its parent company, Sony Music, for unpaid publishing royalties from several of his albums and singles, including Poodle Hat. Lankovic claimed that, despite the album's success, he never earned royalties from the record. The initial lawsuit was for $5 million. Lankovic won the lawsuit and was awarded an undisclosed sum of money from Sony. Track listing, number, title, writers, parody of, length, 1, Couch Potato, Jeffrey Bass, Marshall Mathers III, Louis Resto, Alfred Lankovic, Use Yourself by Eminem, 4 minutes and 18 seconds. 2, Hardware Store, Lankovic, original, 3 minutes and 44 seconds. 3, Trash Day, Charles Brown, Cornell Haynes Jr., Pharrell Williams, Lankovic, Hot in Hair by Nelly, 3 minutes and 12 seconds. 4, Party at the Leper Colony, Lankovic style parody of the Bo Deadly Beat, 3 minutes and 38 seconds. 5, Angry White Boy Polka, Various, a polka medley including Last Resort by Papa Roach, Chop Suey by System of a Down, Get Free by The Vines, Hate to Say, I Told You So by The Hives, Fell in Love with a Girl by The White Stripes, Last Night by The Strokes, Down with the Sickness by Disturbed, When It Grades of Funk by Rage Against the Machine, originally by Africa Bamata. My Way by Limp Bizkit. Outside by Stand Boris Pajaba by Kid Rock. Youth of the Nation by P.O.D. The Royal Slim Shady by Eminem. Poodle Hat Polka by World Al Yankovic. 5 minutes and 4 seconds. 6. Wanna Be Your Lover. Yankovic style parody of Midnight Vultures Era Back. 6 minutes and 14 seconds. 7. A Complicated Song. Avril Lavigne. Yankovic, complicated by Avril Lavigne. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. 8. Why Does This Always Happen to Me? Yankovic, style parody of Ben Folds. 4 minutes and 52 seconds. 9. On to a Superhero. Billy Joe. Yankovic, Piano Man by Billy Joe. 4 minutes and 53 seconds. 10. Bob. Yankovic, style parody of Bob Dylan. 2 minutes and 29 seconds. 11. eBay. Andreas Carlson, Martin Sandberg, Yankovic, I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys, 3 minutes and 36 seconds. 12. Genius in France, Yankovic, style parody of Frank Zappa, 8 minutes and 58 seconds. Total length, 54 minutes and 38 seconds. Bye for now.